be
No,
honest,
can you
but I
make
out of
sure I'm
respect,
at the table? Thank you.
I got you.
Okay.
All right, you good?
Yeah, I'm great. I'm great.
All right, here I have Trooper Copper.
Hello.
Carry on.
So Copper, you want to talk to Jenny about all this thoroughbred stuff?
I sent you a text, Jenny. I know phones don't really give you a notification. Essentially, I know you know now that Maximilian Thoroughbred has been broken out of prison. There's a lot of information surrounding him being broken out that I actually got a lot of information on yesterday that I have to talk with you, Kareem, and Dukakis. I also have to talk to Williams. I believe Andrews has already acted upon this information. But the biggest thing was knowing the nature of like how he got broken out, so we can kind of anticipate what kind of people we're dealing with. Maximilian had tweeted out yesterday that they allowed him to have his phone in prison, and then he was asking for if anybody had Pruno, which is a drink from prison. Anyway, Eugene Zuckerberg responded. You know, a lot of people in the city responded. Sis Folker responded. Later, I went off duty and I went and I talked with Sis. I talked with Eugene. I talked with a handful of people that I know that are involved with Maximilian. Sis is concretely believes that it's someone faking and pretending to be his stepdad. He doesn't think that he's actually out of prison. Actually, he even told me that he talked to uhsnow, and you told him that he was dead. That you told him that Maximilian was
I thought he
dead.
was
He's dead.
So I know that he was broken out. That this isn't fake. Sis firmly believes that this is fake. Eugene Zuckerberg is kind of on the fence. Most people don't believe he's actually out. Like I said, I wish Dukakis was here. Oh, fuck. Hey, maybe I need Mina. Anyway, I was told information surrounding this transport. So this is the third transport that Maximilian Thoroughbred has been having with Pixie Plum at Parsons. Now, as far as I understand, and every practice I've ever seen since we've had a lot of restructuring, when there's transports with lifers or maximum security offenders, the police are directly involved because we manage their transports. So during this transport, Fontaine had orchestrated a decoy that knew nothing of what was going on. And then her own unit, which was her and a set of volunteer DOC. And as it was explained to me, there's no such thing as volunteer DOC. There's no SOPs for it. That's not how they do their hiring. It doesn't exist. And the volunteer DOC that Fontaine had selected were members of the Rooster's Rest. One of them being Kane Larp, or as everybody knows, Jaeger Demon Blood. So there's a lot of other stuff going on with Fontaine. First of all, just her directly ignoring all of our SOPs and agreements that we have between the DOC and the PD and the management of our high-end criminals. But then she's setting up these transports with people that, one, have criminal records. Two, they don't even have there's no such thing as volunteer DOC, so what the fuck? And this person telling me this information, the other DOC members that saw the report and the information on this, everybody was shocked that nobody was involved, nobody was really included. It seemed like Fontaine was just kind of like doing whatever the fuck she wanted. So she is definitely in somebody's pocket. Does that make sense to you guys?
Do you think
Yeah, that's fucking wild.
Do you think he could have possibly done to her what he did to me?
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. Or someone's toying with her on the outside and using her to get to Maximilian. On top of the fact that she's managing a high security transport, you know, like a max sex transport of a lifer, a very violent lifer, while she is currently in a wheelchair. So I don't know what she planned on doing as far as like if there was a problem. But even though she set up a decoy, also her plan was never relayed to Pixie. So Pixie was just sitting at Parsons for like an hour. Like having no idea what the fuck was going on, had no idea where Thoroughbred was. They had already had 2 other sessions together and they were waiting for this third. But obviously it's kind of on this level of where there's so much negligence that it's not, it's basically intentional for her to be in a position to be taken advantage of. Do you guys understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there was a complete lack of not only her safety, but the other people that she was with, these volunteer Rooster's Rest employees that she had, but just complete negligence all across the board. I understand that Andrews had suspended her and she has some other kind of punishments, but I don't know how much Andrews actually knows because it depends on what she has told him.
3rd time. Like this has gone on. He's been moved out of MaxSec twice more before this, and none of us have had a clue.
Exactly.
Well,
So
we would have.
There were 311s, but here's the thing: what I don't get, if we get 311s from people that are transporting weed, and we're getting told who's involved, what vehicle they're driving, their license plate, their destination, and what road they're leaving, and as they're leaving, we get that from people selling weed. But this person that's running for warden can't fucking get her shit together enough to even be professional as a warden to communicate this information to us. Like it's intentionally negligent. She's,
who's even agreed to let him go out of MaxSec for these therapy sessions?
Right. Like where
Surely a
is
judge
this
would
coming
have to
from?
be informed. Yeah.
Right.
We've spoken to Andrews because he's technically the warden currently, so he may. Have
Well, I mean,
further knowledge
Andrews
of this.
knows because, like I said, Fontaine has been suspended, and she's receiving some kind of punishment. But I don't think Andrews understands the lengths of this. Like, there's some fuck ups on both ends because even though Fontaine was through and wanting, hey, we are doing a prison transport to Parsons, just to let officers know. And then later when she was being followed, she 311 and 911, and all of the available officers were currently doing time trials. And she called on the 911, and she was basically told, like, tough shit, that sucks.
She said from what I understand, she actually got on radio and was like, hey, like this is what's going on. And she got interrupted and basically told to fuck off. There's an active going on.
Yeah. So there's a lot of parts to this, but I'm going over all of it. Like there's her being told to go fuck herself and to go deal with it on her own. That doesn't overshadow the fact that she's like deliberately setting up transports with random civilians that have criminal records in like a program that doesn't actually exist and doesn't involve any of the actual like qualified DOC members, and without involving the police department. So that's that issue. So that's that thing. I went off duty when I found out about all of this, and so I went to go hang out with the nerds, those particular people, because those are like my friends outside of work. And I was just hanging out with them, and I saw Sis, and I got him alone, and we were kind of just chatting over like things in the past. And he's like, well, if this ends up being my stepdad, like, obviously I don't want him to go away to prison again. I'm like, yes, I understand that. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. My intention is to get him back into prison. But, I told him that between the two of us, like to validate that this stuff is true, I lied to him and told him that I don't know any information and I haven't had any confirmation that he's actually broken out. Because I'm not ready. I don't know if we're at that point yet that we want to confirm it. I know it's already going to happen now because this shit with Fontaine. So I'm going to talk to Sis and I'm going to come forward with the information that I have. Sis told me that he went to his house and on the back door stoop of his house, there was a gnome mask. And no, there wasn't any note, but it was just a gnome mask was left there. So I went to my house, which happens to be next door to Sis. And at my front door was a gnome mask. And some blood.
Oh my God.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Which I have on me. Which is totally normal, by the way. But, and I was talking to Sis. I'm like, it's kind of crazy that they would know that I live here because I don't have anything in my name. And everything is in Dean's name. So that must mean somebody who knows, like Dean has told Maximilian that I live with Dean and that Dean and I are together. And looked up on public records, found the property that Dean owns. I mean, Dean owns the entire fucking island, so I guess it's the only residence, right?
Yeah.
So, I took pictures. I put the mask in an evidence bag. I have the blood on me. I have to see if it's, matches to anybody who's been swabbed recently. It could be any of the members of the HOA. Like I said, we're next door. Sis lives right next door to Dean and I.
The thing I can't get my head around is that he's been in there for 2 years and he was put in with the possibility of parole. Why breaking him out? He could have gone the legal route and just walked out of the prison. It makes kind of no sense that they broke him out. He served like a shit ton more time than anybody else who's got terrorism in this city. He could have literally gone in front of a judge and been cleared of this, and instead he's gone down this route, and it's just made it a billion times worse because now he's going to lose everything again. What are they all thinking?
Well, I mean, to be completely honest, even if I was tipped off, like for instance, Fontaine probably told the members of the Rooster's Rest that were this volunteer DOC that what they were transporting, right? Like she has to be, so whoever they choose to talk to, that could be anybody, dude. Like the foot traffic of the Rooster's Rest and just those people in general have like their mouths they just constant fucking chatter. So anyone could have known that these things were happening and then just were waiting for the next time for it to happen. And maybe they told, Fontaine, maybe you take the Rooster's Rest people there and there'll be something in it for you. Like, who knows? But either, like, the fact that there's just... Not only was the SOP and the protocol that we all use completely ignored, but she, like... Why would you bring civilians along on a maximum security transport for someone who is in... Like, I just...
hasn't planned with. Oh, God.
Yeah, so, yeah, that's your warden. That chick wants to be warden, guys. It's pretty impressive. So, as far as, like, who he's with, and where he is, obviously he's moving around. I mean, like, the time between him texting or, like, tweeting out that, like, it was him tweeting, right? And then him specifically saying, like, I got my phone back, not confirming that he was out, but just that he was allowed to have access to a phone so he can tweet out. And then he asked about this pruno juice. It was like an hour or so. And then I went back to my house. Sis had already said he'd been by his house. So he had to have tweeted out and placed masks. And I mean, if it is him placing a mask, I don't know if maybe it's someone that knows he's out and they're like, doing his bidding for him, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it could be orchestrated.
Yeah,
for him. Yeah, but I never, like, from knowing him, he was never very good at delegating.
Yeah,
that's the only thing that I can think of.
Yeah, I mean, he had a track record of trusting idiots. He's way too trustworthy for how big brain he was trying to be. You know what I mean?
But if you notice all the time, he was always involved in it. He had idiots around him, but he was always there. Any robbery he did, he was there.
Yeah, he was the king idiot.
Yeah. He never, like, you never saw them rob a place for him or in his name. Like, yeah.
Other people did.
Other people did once he had gone, but not while he was around.
Really? We didn't have people like robbing banks and saying who he, even though they were completely unrelated, just to throw us off?
That was
all that was
them.
funny.
That was him.
Oh.
Like, I actually...
They didn't allow people to go in that mask, did they?
No.
I remember we had... It was just, I think this is right. So I remember we used to get reports of people getting, fucked up. Sorry. For getting fucked up or whatever. Because they were wearing no masks and they shouldn't have been. I remember that happening.
Gotcha.
Like, you weren't allowed to have that, They didn't want
It was
people
them.
doing stuff in their name, even though the stuff that they were doing was pretty fucking stupid. I actually, so I backed up all of our CID files.
Damn. I kind of want to go through that and see what's in there.
Oh, dude,
I've looked at that in a long
it's a
time.
treasure trove. It's really great because I took pictures of everybody, and then like there's like
man.
a regular like, you know how I broke it down. There's a regular profile sheet with like people's stats, with like
Yeah.
their phone numbers, their properties, the vehicles, their citizen IDs, whether or not we had their DNA, and then photos of them. And then they also had their own photo folder. I don't think anybody realizes like how fucking epic the CID was. It was torn to shit, but it is
What do you
infinitely
mean,
better.
copper?
Shut the fuck up, Snow.
CID did nothing. What do you mean?
But even like the current MCD is like nothing compared. Like, I'm looking at this shit and I'm like, oh my god, we were crazy. Like, we had that profile sheet and then all of their prior charges, and then we had statement sheets as far as like involvements with them, like every time that we had them for interviews or situations or interactions with anybody. And then we had sheets that were all of the reports that went along with like the criminal activity. And I have all of that for Maximilian. Like, I'm like looking at this shit. I even have a timeline of everything that he's done. Like, as soon as he started targeting Jenny, I took everything that he did and I was like, okay, I have to, this guy is going away. And I remember talking to the DOJ. I came to them with this report and was like, this motherfucker has like a long string of doing absolutely insane stuff. Like, he needs to go away. Like, May 25th, AK to shoot Captain Copper and 3 other officers at the power plant. Tried to shut down the power plant. Blew up a bus later that day. Shot 2 civilians. And then there's an incident report. Take all bus passengers hostage. Demand police to forgive debt of every criminal over $50,000. Driver shot for not complying. Other civilians trying to be a hero were also shot. Also, May 25th, Bobby Smith was shot on Grove Street. Maximilian Thoroughbred held AJ Hunter at gunpoint and made him leave the situation or he would murder everybody. He states that he refuses any involvement with cis fucker because he wants to spare him. No's mother, a gray-haired lady, she's a possible love interest of Vita Nim, admits 6th visit to Palmer Taylor power plant, shot at least 1 cop per visit. Claims to have organized and ambushed Chief Snow premeditated attack on Grove Street. On May 24th, he robbed a bank with the hostage Trish, your old wife, Snow. Citibank robbery getaway, 2 motorcycles to the LS River where a boat was waiting. May 26th, Flinka Bank robbery, shot 5 cops and mentioned a slim doorway. That had to do with Alabaster Slim and the cop killer records. 3 months ago, first crime was shooting Jenny Hall and Dante Wolf at a jewelry store robbery. He wants to dismantle the trust in law enforcement. Seems like he wants to prove law enforcement is ineffective and destroy the civilian...
Wait, go back.
What?
What was that last one?
At the time that I wrote this, it was May 25th, 2019. And I wrote down 3 months...
He was the one behind me and Dante getting shot?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Okay, well, I put it on the report so everybody can read. I thought everybody would want to read this because I got him in interrogation when we caught him, and I grilled him on every fucking piece of stuff that we had. I'm so sorry,
I knew
Jenny.
everything else. I didn't know the Joy Store bit. Yeah. I knew everything else. I knew about him saying he used me. I knew all that. I just didn't know that bit. Interesting.
Damn.
That you were probably been waiting a long time. Holy shit. I didn't know you didn't know that.
Well, hey, Jenny, you can join the shot down by young Dab gang.
I mean, it makes sense.
It's just kind of more fucked up that he did it to you because I thought he would spare you some of the...
No, but it makes sense because he then, like, after I got shot, he became a lot more friendly towards me.
Huh.
He must have felt bad.
Guilty,
I don't remember
you know?
the situation, so I don't know if maybe he was placed in a hard place. Not that it justifies or excuses him for doing what he did. I just don't know the circumstances of what happened to you and Dante. I know that when that happened, that's when I first locked on to this report because I also knew that you were close with him.
Yeah.
And that's when I started tracking it and I took this investigation.
Didn't he,
I mean, there's more if you guys want to keep going.
Yeah, keep going. Just
you have the
keep going,
manifesto
keep going.
in there and stuff?
No, I don't have it written down here. So he wants to dismantle trust in law enforcement. He seems like he wants to prove law enforcement is ineffective and destroy civilian population's trust in it. He displays pride and excitement in the idea of committing crime and leading cops in circles. He claims to have hit several banks without alerting police and setting off alarms. He takes extreme pride in bank robberies. He admits to everything with what seems to be honesty, but will not help us identify any of his accomplices. That was very specific. He did a lot of like really insane shit, but he would never say who was also with him. Other than like when we did catch him, like people that we also caught alongside him. And then I have like my own, after interrogating my own analysis of him. This is May 28th, 2019. I wrote, Maximilian Thoroughbred believes that his capture will encourage his accomplices and anyone he has worked with to quote-unquote rise to his defense and to quote continue his work. He alludes that this is quote just the beginning. It is my firm belief that Maximilian Thoroughbred suffers from delusions of grandeur. He struggles with the false belief in one's own superiority, greatness, and intelligence. Though Mr. Thoroughbred exhibits self-esteem, instead he believes in his own greatness and importance so intensely that even in the face of overwhelming evidence to the contrary, he does not back down. And then I wrote a synopsis of people that basically kind of suffer with that. It said, This is a type of delusion that occurs in people suffering from wide range of psychiatric diseases, including 2/3 of patients in manic states of bipolar disorder, half of those with schizophrenia, and patients with grandiose subtype of delusions disorder. It's a substantial portion of those with substance abuse and other abuse types. So that's just one sheet of him. Let me grab one of the others. This is actually from U-Haul. This was April 25th, 2019. You had taken all of Maximilian Thoroughbred's financial record. He hasn't gone into debt as much as you had assumed. However, in the last few weeks has made extreme withdrawals and transfers and deposits. There's no explanation of how he's come into so much money, but he is associated with Alabaster Slim, who has been found twice now in possession of Class 2s. Thoroughbred is also associated with Otto Del Mar, who was reported to be heavily involved in cocaine business. Maybe we don't talk about that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the finances didn't give me what I was looking for. And then you actually, there's like a link to your, to the bank records feed. I don't think Otto Del Mar is in any of that. He actually just opened up an auto shop. You know, autos.
I think it was a, yeah, I think it was a different guy.
That was a different guy. There's the next thing is on April 26th. This is actually from Snow Detectives. The following is a report written of today of Ellis Vault robbery. Blood was found on scene. Comes back to Dab. Both suspects were wearing no masks. And then it's a document that, you know, has all of like the photos and all the evidence that was placed inside it.
He was a bank buster.
And then this is my, on May 25th, this is the Palmer Taylor Power Station incident. And this is just my report of what happened and how we were trying to... It's just like my normal like police report of like what happened at the power station. Owen Sensen was actually the one that shot him down when we got him into custody, and he brought him to me so I can do my investigation. And then Svensson also had his notes for the questions that he had for Thoroughblood. Was arrested on May 26, 2019. I will give you guys, I don't know where you guys want me to place this link to the sheet. If you guys want me to individually send it to you guys, would you like that or?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Don't
No, of course.
don't share this link. And don't show it to anyone. Because I don't, otherwise I'm going to have to add your guys' emails and stuff, and I don't want to go through that.
No, it's fine.
All right, there's two documents. This is both of the things that I was reading from. I'm gonna see if I can give you guys the link
shit.
to my backup of the CID stuff. It's the same thing. Don't share that.
Yeah, of course.
Of course, yeah.
Well, like the old one, where we had like that was very organized. I remember that.
Yeah. Actually, can you guys send me your emails so I can just add you to this? Because I don't
Yeah.
want to unlock this document.
Yeah.
So you can see at the top, everything, it's underscore and then gangs. And like you can see how we had it all broken down. There were gangs and then
I remember.
evidence locker, mission row notes, like for people that would, before we had dispatchers. And then the archive, which is things that we just slowly archived over time after we exceeded those 30 days that we didn't have a part in to go beyond those 30 days. The DA's office, so all of our back and forth with them. Dead, those are our confirmed, like, people that have been murdered. Actually, I think we have a murdered folder. But just people that were found dead. Internal investigations, don't go in that. That's when I was internal affairs and I fired a bunch of people and then systematically was bringing people into TeamSpeak and questioning why the fuck they were doing stupid shit. Yeah, there's murders, search warrants. Every search warrant we've had that we got signed from the DOJ's office is in there. Stash houses, there's information on stash houses. Some files are just missing. Bloodborne pathogen, I think that was that shit with Batman. Then there was the cocaine and crack investigations, dark web investigation, housing investigation, Oxycontin, Pixarium, street racing, vulture robberies, weed. Templates, obviously you guys know what that is. And then everybody else that is in the blue in the rest of these folders, I'm going to send this all to you once I add you guys. These are people of interest that didn't fit in any of these organized crime gangs, like any of these groups. So these are just people that were of interest, but like their affiliation was too spread out to specify that they were a part of like this group exclusively. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Snow, give me your email.
Oh yeah, wait, I've already got access to both of these. Or do you mean the new one?
No, I think you do. Hold on.
Okay.
So we're gonna have a lot to work with then with this whole thing, just off the bat. It really depends on if people remember or not, because it was such a long time ago.
What? Just anything involving this, pretty much, or what? What do you?
No, I mean like with fucking thoroughbred and stuff.
Oh, well, I mean, pretty much everything that I remember is there. You know, obviously the main thing for me was the getting shot on Grove Street thing. Pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't know who that was. Well, obviously that, you know, it was people wearing no masks and they took credit for it, but we didn't know that it was Young Dab in particular until we missed it. So.
All right, you guys know that vast majority of this information is redacted.
Right.
BTW. It's kind of nice to reminisce, but like none of this really exists. But you can find Thoroughbred underneath the gnome gang. The underscore gnome section. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. This is the folder that I'm talking about. And then, like, if you go into each of these, it has all of the members of those gangs. And then these are all, everything, there's much more in all of these folders. This used to be how the CID organized. But, like these are the documents that I have on him. Let me see if there's anything of Vagos. All the members of Vagos. Dude, this is really, really old. Juan, Flippy, Carlos, and oh, dude. The Misfits, Doug Canada, Prune Gang. That's what pissed me off so much, is having people sit there and tell me that the CID didn't do anything. And I was like, what do you mean they didn't do anything? I've linked you all of this shit. We actively use this. Like, this is used all of the time. Like, that's why we have, like, these are all of our search warrants that we've done. Dude, do you see all of our search warrants?
Yeah, I'm looking at them right now.
So, like, that's why I was kind of like
mine isn't
chain
loading
gang
correctly,
warrants.
so I'm giving it a second.
And this is old.
The Lean Boy warrants, specifically just like Buddha. Oh, dude. Alabaster Slim. Yeah. I was just
I'm
thinking
taking a
about,
bit of a trip through time at the moment.
yeah,
This is
I know.
crazy.
Trust me, I cracked this open as soon as I saw stuff with Maximilian was like this whole shit with him and the therapy and Fontaine and the DOC and all of this, and I was like, oh my god, I have information on this. So you fucking tell me that the CID didn't do anything. I will eat your eyeballs.
Yeah, that's a lot. Holy fuck. Hopefully we can continue that trend of having a plethora of information for everybody in the department. Properly documented.
I'm sure it exists. I just don't know where it all is, to be completely honest with you. I know I hammered on you guys. Actually, you guys were all CID members, and I know I was on everyone's ass of like, fill out your sheet. And like everybody did it. And I know I was kind of a hard bitch for all of it, but it saved our asses so many fucking times.
Oh no, yeah, I agree. The same way now, even we got, especially if you're in a investigative department, you should be doing your due diligence and doing the paperwork, because that's part of it. If you don't want to do the paperwork, then you probably shouldn't be a detective. It's a big part of the job.
Yeah.
A lot of times you sit there and you go through paperwork for an hour, and then eureka, you found a connection, then you act on it. That's kind of part of the job. That's kind of what you have to do.
Oh, Hall, also, I think Andrew DeStole is looking for me.
Probably.
Yesterday.
He is. Yes, he is.
The parking attendants had told me that someone fitting his description was waiting around the parking lot and was asking about me.
Yeah, he stands up there on the wall.
Yeah.
I gave him a coffee.
Yeah, I don't... The thing is, for these other investigators or everybody else all involved, I don't really know if any of this information is really meaningful to anyone. Which is kind of interesting, because so much time has passed. I don't know what Maximilian Thoroughbred's, like, what his motives are now. I mean, I could only assume that they're still the same and he wants to carry out the same plan as he had before. Is to, like everybody else wants to discredit and dismantle the police department. And it's like, bitch, you need to take a tag and get in line. Like, we have cops that are dismantling the PD. Like, it's like, oh, okay. Oh, you want to brag about breathing water? Or breathing air? And holding your breath underwater? Like, everybody does that shit. Like, you're not, like, really fucking special anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm very curious what it is now, because I can't imagine, unless he was being fed information, like, you know what I mean? Like, why would he, like, 2 years later, like this? I mean, I guess it's not too far-fetched, but at the same time, it's like, why? Especially if it's a breakout. If he like just got like released on parole, and then he was talking to people and he heard rumors like, hey, the police department is the same as it's always been, then maybe, yeah, but
this is how I understand it, because the people that I've had conversations that are obviously have issues with the police are the ones having issues with the police that fuck around and bend the rules of their job and abuse their power. So yeah, I get why people are pissed. And unfortunately, like, if there's a few of them do it, then we all do it, right? It's easier to just, make grand sweeps over all of the entire police department. They absolutely don't trust people in this law enforcement agency. And I don't blame them. I don't trust any of our cops. I don't think I've ever really trusted any of our cops. I trusted the state police team that I had, and I trusted when I entrusted the CID. But I've never really trusted any of our cops outside of that. And since, like, I don't run the state police anymore, and CID has been gone for like 3 years now. I'm just kind of like watching everything burn.
Yep.
It's kind of, you know, what is what it is. So when I hear, you know, criminals, you know, they have these, they leave notes behind, they graffiti something, they torture a person and leave behind a message, or I get Talon leaving me threats. Like I don't blame them. I fucking get it. But like, you know, like no one in the higher up is gonna do anything about it. I'm not in a position to do anything about it besides be accountable for myself. You know?
I mean, that's how I feel.
So, I don't know, Snow. I know that Dab wanted you fired. He thought that getting rid of Snow was gonna reset the establishment.
He wanted a few people dealt
Yeah.
with. He wanted Snow fired. He wanted I think something with Ripley at the time.
Yeah.
I forget. It was like a whole thing. A bunch of demands. Some people get demoted. Some people get fired. All this shit.
Wanted the DOJ to reestablish itself.
Yeah, I wish they would focus the DOJ. I would actually join them in their efforts if they targeted the DOJ.
Oh my god.
How many times have we been promised that they would be restructured? Like 4 years now?
I mean, but part of it is you know, they're like, okay,
Anyone?
we're gonna restructure it, and then
Anyone Snow?
then they
What?
kind of get like left there. They
What's up?
even
How
had,
many
like,
times have we been told that they're going to restructure the DOJ
Oh,
and
many
rework
times.
it? And
Yes.
and how many times does it happen?
None,
right?
None. Yep.
Yeah, I feel like they kind of get left there. They're like, yeah, you know, let's do something, and then like they kind of just get like stuck. Yeah, they haven't had like I know Andrews is the warden,
Right.
but you know, Andrews is very, very, very busy with police work here and other things. How long has it been since they've had an, you know, there every day, there for them all the time?
Well, I don't know
person
how
that-
much
you
he's
know what I
there
mean?
for the DOC. But I mean, I know Andrews gets around and you know, he really late NA. He gets
Yeah,
on
you know what I'm
duty and-
saying?
But I don't know how much he's actually, since Tora stepped down, like the DOC has like been like in shambles. It's kind of fucking wild. But I mean, here's the thing: is like, I understand the, you know, the give and take. Like when you're in that position at a prison, you know, like there's a healthy balance of give and take with your inmates, right? For compliance and cooperation. And I can understand being a bit more malleable than I suppose like we would be, because we're the ones sticking them in there and we can't really be that malleable, right? But these guys are, you know, like forced to be with those lifers in the maximum security and the Gen Pop criminals that we fill up in the prison. So I understand that there's a balancing act that they have to have, that either through privilege or giving them special treats or allowing certain things to happen, looking away or turning the blind eye, you know. I understand needing that to get compliance and being able to like work things out so that your prison yard is workable and people aren't just like mass murdering and shaking each other because of what restraints and restrictions they have in their power, right? So I get that. But when it spills over into what we do and our expectations and how we get punished for not doing things, and then they are completely negligent, then that's not okay. Because their world is not our world and our world is not their world. You know?
I agree with that. But I mean, either way, deal with it, you know, as it is now. So,
I'm
you have a lot of information, Kappa, actually. I didn't think you had that much. you know some people.
Bitch, please. I know a lot of people.
Yeah. So that's good. I mean, obviously you're the head of this whole thing, so. Makes sense.
Actively, so I was talking with Dukakis. I think Kareem was there for that conversation. We're trying to get a conversation with Fontaine. Because I need to know more details of how the ambush happened. What kind of vehicles they were driving, if they used, you know, class 2 guns, what kind of class 2s were present, if they only used pistols, if they had mollies, like did they have specific types of vehicles for creating a blockade so she couldn't drive away? How many were actively there? What did they say? Like what were they wearing? Were they wearing no masks? Were they wearing some other different type of masks that weren't like there's little details about this that I want to know that could kind of like explain a bit more as to what we're looking for, you know?
Yeah. I talked with Daisy this morning. She was pretty tired, so she was gonna go to sleep. But I think she's got all the questions lined up, if not working on them. So I've got a whole bunch of questions ready for her.
Yeah.
So we'll kind of go from there with that. As far as the police side, I do still want to find out. I gotta talk to Clarence and find out, because apparently people didn't listen to him when he was saying that a terrorist broke out. Like, everyone thought he was joking, ha ha ha. Until he straightened everybody the fuck up. And said, hey, this is fucking serious. I kind of want to get those officers in a room and be like, what the fuck were you guys thinking? And seriously make them reconsider doing that ever again. And then on top of that, the second transport or whatever, where, you know, DOC was told to fuck off. Like I said yesterday, like DOC, that they know our protocols. They know not to just get on radio and say shit. Like, it's just kind of a give. EMS knows that. DOC knows that. Anybody that's a government worker that has access to our radio frequency knows that you don't get on radio and say dumb shit. So if she got on radio to say something, it was probably important. They told her to fuck off, which is unacceptable.
Yeah.
And that needs to be punished as well. So
did they say who that was?
No idea. I still gotta find out. That's why I gotta talk to we gotta talk to Fontaine and figure out when that was and narrow it down to like when it happened. Those officers can be talked to. I have like zero tolerance for that type of shit. That should not be happening. If there was an active situation going on, you don't tell them to fuck off. You work with them and figure out like how you can handle it. Say leave, active situation, sorry, and then like, you know, you don't do that.
I'm just for the proactive stuff with Maximilian. We're trying to talk to Fontaine and get that information. The other part is I'm going to talk with Kane Larp and ask him kind of what happened in his words, like what he witnessed, because he was with Fontaine when they got ambushed. And I want to see what he says versus what she says. Also, as of yesterday afternoon, his bank activity is currently being recorded.
Yeah, I saw that go up
So-
by Mon.
So you guys see that, and they have, I guess, their protocol. I didn't even actually hear what was their protocol for wanting to approach him. Like, is
Multiple units. That was it.
And can we just like shoot him in the fucking face?
Wasn't said. Just said multiple units.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I mean, I imagine it'd be, you know, stop or
Render
get
or
shot.
die.
Essentially, escape terrorists. So I can't see any other.
If
I
he
don't see
flees,
why
I want to use like 10 spike strips for no reason, just to piss him off. Fuck him. What a bitch. Do you guys remember that fucking that cockette that he had that went like 300 miles an hour?
The Blackfin, yeah.
Yeah, the Blackfin, dude.
Sadly, even rode the Mustang, that son of a bitch.
I know. Fuck that thing.
God.
Stupid.
Set one on fire.
He's
after he was
old.
putting
His
on my
neck is
set.
a ball sack. Why does he have that car?
I mean, hey, that's probably a good thing to look
Because he
for
was
then.
having a midlife crisis, going through a divorce, and couldn't remember his own kid's
Oh,
name.
he divorced? Oh, shit.
Oh, he was going through a divorce from his bitch wife, Susan.
Oh, is her name Susan?
Yeah. But then he never told me the kids' names because
It would
he
be
never seemed to remember
unfortunate if
them.
Susan showed up.
Oh my God. Hey, we have Susan hanging from fucking Legion Square. Oh, if you wanted to live.
I'm feeling really tired. I'm just kidding, just kidding. No.
Oh my God.
We're not gonna do that.
Do you ever find someone
won't.
in life that you just want to see suffer because it's really funny?
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I don't. That's never happened to me before. I can't really say
Oh.
that's happened before.
Someday you do.
I think I have enough hatred in my heart yet. I gotta find it first. Someone's gotta get me real upset.
I want to play as kid. What did he? Wait, did he say what his kid's name was?
Billy was one of them. I can't
Billy?
remember the girl. Yeah, I can't remember the girl. Why do I know? Fucking hell.
Oh, dude, what if we use? I know the player
Doesn't
model
matter
is
what
already
happens,
used, but
you know,
what
the
if
kids-
we
the
use
kids
the
have it,
little
okay.
little tugs
The kid's a little.
head model and was like Billy, and I'm like, I like rap dog.
Wait. Okay, never mind.
I like rap dad.
How old were they?
I don't fucking know.
I mean, if they were, 16,
Young.
then they're
They
18
were
now,
young.
so
They were young.
Adults.
That's all I can remember. He was old. I don't know. How old is 40-year-old? How old are 40-year-old kids? I don't know. If your parents are 40, how old are you? I don't fucking know.
all I'm saying is if his kids are adults, then they're old enough to be used as bait.
No.
What? They're adults.
They
They're
don't
grown.
live here. Leave them alone.
All right.
It's already bad enough that they wake up every day and look, their ball sack of a dad's in terrorists.
I'm gonna have him called Little Dip, because there's dab and dip.
All right. Well, that's it. I guess we'll
I
just follow up with
need a
Daisy
dip,
in the coming days and go from there.
When I place my
Fontaine
hand up
everything.
on your hip, and you dip, we dip, we
All right.
dip.
Sure, sure.
I'm dipping, Dad.
Crawford, do you think he'll try and contact you?
Yeah.
Give me like a corn chip. Oh my god, dude, I can't.
Go try and contact you, Jenny.
No.
Yeah, he probably will though.
He will for Copper. He has him like he was there at the end.
True.
I think he made his sentiments about me known at the end.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't even remember the last thing we said to each other. Listen,
The
a
last
lot
thing
of
he said to
shit
me
has
was
happened.
He wasn't speeding.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Like
like,
it was a text.
I was the last person he talked to when we were leaving Max Suck when we were closing it. I told him that I would bring him cereal for him to eat.
Kevin Shore brought burgers for like 3 months and kept giving them to me to give to him. And I used to leave him by the door.
Oh god.
You should probably be on the lookout for a. Can people? Can people even get black fins? Like, are they imported into the city?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can.
A standard vehicle in the city.
He's not gonna go and get a fucking black.
I mean,
What-
no
what-
shot.
Have you guys heard from
mean-
Kevin Shaw?
No.
No,
Last
no.
I heard, he was living his life being depressed in another part of the world. I don't know. Do you remember when he came back for that one
is my
week and he
best
was a
friend.
mess? Yeah, he came back for like that
Dude.
1 week and he looked like he'd been like to hell and back.
Yeah.
Fuck Kevin Shaw, man. He's a dickhead.
Yeah.
He used to rent out a fucking stash houses to people. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, Shaw
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah, sure was a dick.
Dude, I'd have arguments with him for hours about law.
Yeah. He terrorized me with a no mask after Dab got put in Max sack.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah, he came to my
did
house
do
and tried
that.
to tell me that Dab was a good person and that anyone could wear the no mask, and proved it by in the middle of my living room putting on a no mask.
Damn.
Dude, that's fucked. That is. We should.
What a sick
That's fucked.
bitch. He's
Yeah.
such a naughty boy.
You should definitely be looking out for things like old sentiments to what he used to do. He probably might. I don't know what. I think you guys know him more than I ever will.
Kevin Law.
But if
Kevin
he
Shaw, attorney
wants
at
to
Shaw.
fuck with us or anything like that,
What is that?
I wouldn't be
He said,
surprised if he got a
fuck.
black fin.
Does anybody have that clip anymore?
OTT made a song for Kevin Shaw.
Kevin Shaw,
was his
attorney
lawyer. You know what
Shaw,
I'm saying? Like
fuck.
all these like little
It's
connections.
like what he said or something.
Fuck his classic piece of shit muscle car. We've got fucking interceptors. I'll shit all over his piece of shit blackfin.
That's good. That's good. That's what we
Don't
want.
you remember that he had a Lambo before a Blackfin?
Fuck his Lambo. Lambos are for
yeah.
pussies.
Yeah.
He
His
might get a Lambo. He's too pussy to
the
spend
Lambos
life in
suck.
prison, so he got broken out. So might be too pussy to get a Lambo and get
Oh.
a Lambo.
Other things. I told other Dukakis this, but just to be on the radar, if anyone is putting out any new songs and they make reference to Young Dab, we need
Yeah.
to note that down. Whether it's like
that's
Young
big.
Dab, thinks
Yeah.
he's out on the streets. I ain't seen that bitch. Whatever. Blah blah blah. Or any reference to
How
rolling
close
with
were-
Young Dab in the past or anything like that, because that could definitely place them as into their affiliation like directly.
I buy
How
every
close
single
was
one of them.
OTT to Young Dab? You guys remember?
Close.
Close.
They were
yeah.
close?
They're pretty close.
Yeah, they were close. OTT
Okay.
was brand new in the city. He was
He made a song about him. A long
Yeah.
dab.
Yeah.
Yeah, after he was got. So okay, so if OTT starts writing music about Dab, then we need to look into that.
I mean, if he gets time to leave Brogue Street and not get shot down.
Yeah.
I said this to Dukakis, but the
True.
only good thing that Young Dab ever did is he helped get rid of the wizard at the docks.
He also saved my
Oh, that
life.
fucking wizard,
The fucking wizard.
fucking asshole, giving everybody class 2s like it's fucking nothing.
Fucking like it's
Remember when we
candy.
went
Like,
down there?
like a,
Remember when we went
Pez
down there
dispenser.
and we did it for like an hour with all the Pixirum we'd saved up just to see what we could get?
yeah.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
we just found out it was fucking class 2s.
Yeah.
just
Great.
class twos all over and over again.
Fucking great.
Well, luckily for me, I buy every single one of OTT's mixtapes because I'm a huge fan. So I should have no issue
Of course you are.
studying all of his music.
Oh,
He's
good.
playing you, man.
I
He's playing
expect results, Kareem.
Yeah, I'll listen to his bars. I'll see what he has to say.
I don't know where to put any of this information as far as like me getting this no mask or whatever. I guess I'll just make up a civilian report. I'll make it like I did last time. I basically made a timeline of what was happening.
Yeah,
So that
that's what
in
I've
the
been
event
doing.
that these
Sorry.
like a paramount to something, then we have reference. And maybe something happened to you guys and you didn't realize it was a big deal until much later, and then the time frame of that in conjunction to all this other shit, and we can piece together a much bigger picture of what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
So-
what I've been doing is I've been making investigative reports, and using those as an info dump, and having
Yeah.
a timeline. So I have the same thing for like GSF, for
Well, you
example.
use the tags. It's just I think I called it Gnome Gang or Gnomes.
It's just gnomes.
Gnomes, yeah.
Hee hee hoo hoo.
They wanted there to be a specific Maximilian Thoroughbred tag, but like
Gnomes is good enough.
I think the Gnomes is big enough because like if he gets out, he's definitely gonna be reaching out to the people that he could trust, even though they're a bunch of fucking idiots.
Gnomes is more or less, if that's not his MO anymore, considering he was found with a monkey mask, right?
Right.
Then gnomes, if anything, is just a keyword internally. So I think
Yeah.
it's fine as long as everyone knows gnomes associates with this whole thing. Then it shouldn't really be an issue.
That's the photo from the MDT.
And I'll reiterate that in meetings as well every so often. Let people know anything that involves it. If people find out anything, he's outside of banks, anything like that, anything involving thoroughbred, or even if you think it might involve thoroughbred, just put that nose tag in there. But we
Yeah.
gotta contact the IT department because there's a huge. I don't know. I think Emma was telling me yesterday. I don't know if you.
Wait, talk to me about it because I might have already talked to the IT department about it.
We cannot search incidents by number. Period.
Oh,
It does not work.
incidences, not just reports.
Or both. Sorry, incidents
Both.
and reports. We cannot search them by number, which is very detrimental. Trying to cross-reference things like casings and shit like that.
Oops. Is it involving incident? Okay, all right, let me try something. Because I already talked to the IT guy about that, so I'm going to see if it has been fixed.
Okay. I was trying during the meeting and it wasn't working.
No, it's not.
Yeah. That's pretty big. It's very hard to go through stuff without that.
You said you wanted to speak to Mina, right?
Yeah.
She's on duty, turned to dispatch.
All right.
She was
give
doing a
me
thing with Bass
a
and
second.
she was doing a thing with Bass and Heavily, so I think they're back. I just saw Heavily. But those 3 units on that MCD operation, that's Bass, Heavily, and Mina. But I just saw Heavily here, so they might be done. They're tailing Lang Buddha. Gotta get some food. Be right back.
Oh, also, Snow, I texted a handful of you guys when I went off duty 5 hours
did?
ago.
Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. I'm glad you're all right.
I just want you to know who I was hanging out with. And obviously, when I told you, all of this makes more sense because I told you guys how Rooster's Rest was involved with the being this voluntary DOC, which has never been heard of before. Yeah, it was a little scary to go with them. But like, they're my primary suspects, and they know this in the fact that Malfurion is missing. So I don't think that they would do anything to me. Holt's got an an offer for employment for our departments.
Copper, I'm just gonna be in the corner for a second. I'll just be in case you have to go.
Okay.
Hello, I'm here.
Hi.
Oh, hey, Mia.
Hi, Snow.
Hey,
I need
can
to turn
you
this off.
can you send me over all of that stuff that Trigger gave you? Remember, like a
Yes,
bit
give me
ago,
1 second.
like just email it over to me.
1 second.
So this breakout or ambush situation with Young Dab has a lot to do with Fontaine. There's a lot of negligence on both sides with the PD blatantly ignoring her. But Fontaine using volunteer DOC, which isn't a thing, to be her backup during the transport of a max security lifer inmate. Pending parole, but he was life in max security for terrorism. And she used a bunch of employees from the Rooster's Rest to be volunteer DOC. The DOC doesn't even have a volunteer program. And she used like maybe one, I think it was like one, it was a DOC cadet and one other DOC officer actually in this operation that she had, but the actual certified DOC officer was a part of a decoy and didn't know what Fontaine was actually doing, and Fontaine chose to take a bunch of employees of the Rooster's Rest as volunteer DOC to help transport Maximilian Thoroughbred.
I really wish you were joking.
I'm
But I
not
know
even
you're
kidding.
not.
I'm not even fucking kidding, dude. Like, this is So I need to get this stuff. Yeah.
I did email you what he had sent over to me.
Okay.
There was one thing that he did tell me that he didn't put on there, but it was basically that they had already like gone to Andrews apparently about this, and Andrews just
What about what? Oh, what's in
about
this
like
document?
stuff she had been doing.
Yeah.
So like the stuff in the document, and he told me that Andrews was just like, leave it alone. Like he didn't want to hear it.
Okay. Well, like here's the thing: is like when it spills over into like our jobs, it's a little bit different. They need to learn
Yeah.
how to contain their bullshit. I guess that's what it comes down to. Like if they want to, you know, be fuckwits and play grab ass, you know, like it's like the same thing here in the PD. Like we can fuck with each other, but as long as it doesn't spill over into other people's shit, because that's how it becomes serious, you know?
Yep.
So she needs to contain her shit and fucking not be a dumbass.
I agree.
Hey, thanks. So, all right. Well, apparently Fontaine's already been put on suspension. I forgot what they wrote for how long. And then she has some other disciplinary bullshit that's going on. Trigger's very afraid that he's gonna lose his job. Apparently somebody looked on the... Trigger came to talk to me about a bunch of information regarding Thoroughbred's breakout. And I took him over to my grassy hill where I go talk to everybody. Like, I don't care if anybody sees me there. But someone went out of the way to, I don't know, take a snapshot of that and then complain to Fontaine about it. Which is really fucking weird and sus. So, I mean, if DOC is not allowed to talk to cops, then why do they fucking hang around the PD and come to our meetings? So, like, I don't know what her problem is, if she wants to cherry pick. And, I don't know, be a rat that way, but it's not
Well, from what I
okay.
was told, she has kind of tried to like take over the DOC.
Right. She wants to be a warden.
Yeah. And so I think it's like a power thing. Like maybe she just doesn't want people not following her lead, and he's been one of the main people.
Right. Well, I can go and
Not
talk to
following.
whoever the fuck I want. But
Oh,
that
no,
doesn't
I
mean
agree,
that she can, like,
100%.
what, it's like, threaten this person?
I agree.
And I
Wait,
mean,
wait,
no,
what,
I'm
what
just
power
saying
thing?
that
Wait, what?
What?
Fontaine.
And I mean, I guess maybe she should be fucking scared. Like, if somebody is gonna tell me something, like, I'll go after her. I'm not afraid of her.
Wait, what happened?
Dude, I don't
Wait,
even
what-
know where to begin. You haven't been paying attention. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, like the thing I was listening to, and then what'd you say about the power thing?
What?
I said that Fontaine is kind of trying to take over DOC. So the fact that, you know, she caught wind of somebody from
Hey, Snow, do you have
DOC
food?
having like a private meeting with Copper, it might be like a power thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh,
No, I can get some. Right back.
okay, makes
Thank you.
sense. Okay, sorry, I just missed it.
but yeah, just from hearing that, I don't understand how any of that was allowed to have happened.
Someone's being a bitch in chat? Dude, we're all bitches. Come on.
It just does not make sense to me. I don't understand how that happened.
You sit back there, you sip your Capri Sun, you shut the fuck
Yeah, it's kind of weird. But I think we should set a way to handle that moving forward. Obviously, communication with the PD is probably a priority to get that ball rolling. But she was told to fuck off one time, so maybe she thought, you know, not defending her, but devil's advocate. Oh, well, you know.
Right, but getting told to fuck off doesn't absolve you or give you an excuse to be completely negligent and actively going against SOPs for transportation. Like, those are not indicative of the other. Like, she was still, regardless of cops responding, why was she bringing employees of the Rooster's Rest as volunteer DOC?
She's gonna set herself up.
Like, and if she didn't have backup, then reschedule the transport. It's like you're just asking for it, and then you're just like, oh my god, I can't believe that happened. That's crazy. Like what? Anyway, I think that's all for Young Dab. I just needed to tell you guys this information because I'm kind of scared, but I'm not scared. And Hall, I needed you to know because I don't know if he's gonna reach out to you. Same protocol as before, just so whatever delusions that he might have that might be between you guys, just so you have plausible deniability, I need you to communicate anything that happens with you guys.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Otherwise, I think we're good.
Okay. All right. Perfect.
Copper, same for you.
Yeah, no,
You
I,
and him aren't so hot, so I don't want to see you getting hurt either.
yeah, I don't want to get shot by this prick again.
Yeah.
Fucking prick,
Me
bro.
neither.
Boy, fucking nutsack neck. He's got a wrinkling nutsack neck. I'm not wrong.
Wow.
I'm not wrong. I'm sorry, Jenny, but your taste in men is like very questionable right now. Okay, don't tell me he had a great personality because we know that's not true either. I can't hear you.